So you really can't make this up. By the way, sorry for my voice, guys. I am currently getting over a sickness, so I do apologize. But you seriously cannot make this up with Madden 23 at this point. Like, you could say anything at this point, and I absolutely believe anything. But there was actually proof behind this. So, EA Sports, yet again, is banning people. Now, the reason why they're banning people is actually kind of funny. For those who did sell John Elway, people are getting banned for it. So imagine you take, I mean, I know myself alone, I did 5 sets. That took me probably like an hour to do. Imagine you did all 32 of the sets. Yeah, you did all 32 sets. You got them done. You got John Elway. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to sell this card. I don't want to keep him in my squadron anymore because I simply spent, all that time and money. I want to get some coins back. You go to sell him. He doesn't sell, maybe for like a day or so. Finally, he sells for like 7 mil. You're sitting there. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to go eat some lunch. I'm going to go, hang out with a friend. Maybe touch some grass for the first time in a week because, listen, you didn't touch grass for a week because you were too busy doing the John Elway set. So after that week of you doing that set, and now you're hanging out with your friend, you come back home, yeah, great night, you're feeling good, you're feeling great, go on Madden and you're banned. What? You're banned for selling John Elway. Well, luckily, there wasn't too many people who sold John Elway. There was a list of people, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this list right now, who went ahead and sold John Elway. And again, like I said, if you did, there's a chance you got banned. And that's just absolutely insanity. So currently, if I go ahead and pull up his price tag right here, here we are. You guys can see he is down to 5 milli now. So he is down to 5 milli, which to be honest is not surprising at all. And his price is going to continue to drop as time goes on. But it's just insane. I mean, again, you can see as time now going on, we have a lot more transactions of John Elway than we did when it first came out, right? I mean, PlayStation is a good amount, Xbox is a good amount, and again, that will continue as time goes on. Even more and more will be sold. But for the first the first amount, I think it was like 5 or 10 of them, people got banned for it. And I see the reason why they got banned, and it's not fair / right, but I can see why they got banned. They got banned because they sold a car for 7 million coins. And keep in mind, EA Sports does not, they do not control their own video game, okay? They do not make decisions based on their own video game. They have a bot system on their own video game that goes through and sees, hey, is there a red flag? Is something going wrong here? And that's pretty much that. And that's why a lot of people have gotten falsely banned in Madden, because at the end of the day, the bot just goes through and it's a bot. It's not like it's not a human. It doesn't say, okay, well, John Elway is 7 million coins. He should be that much because he just came out and there's a brand new set. The bot looks at it as, wow, this person just sold one card for 7 milli. Therefore, they're banned because they obviously bought coins. Yeah, so like I said, will EA Sports fix this? Yes. But this is one of those things. This is like one of those key things when we look at what happened and we kind of break down, like, okay, this is so stupid that this actually was a thing. Moving forward, this needs to be fixed. This is not something that like, oh, it happened, whatever, move on. No. Even if they unban people for this needs to be fixed. Like, listen, I know EA Sports is never going to get away from their bot. The reason why is because simply it costs too much money for them to have people actually monitor. You got to think there's millions upon millions of players every single day that play Madden. You got to think every single day there's probably like, I would say probably like 60, 70,000 people who buy coins every single day. So because of that, it's not really possible for them to have a team that's selected just for, monitoring these situations. Now, it's not like they're, a $1 billion company or anything that could have a specific department that could focus on just this issue of people getting falsely banned. No, because listen, at the end of the day, they care more about money. They care more about, people who aren't banned who can go ahead and spend more money. So at the end of the day, if they get 70,000 people banned, that's not hurting their bottom line because they're making so much that 70,000 people getting banned isn't really going to affect them in any capacity. Which is sad to say because, you would think as a billion-dollar company, you would go more for the consumer than you would your own pockets. But if you guys watch my tech channel, you already know Microsoft is in the exact same boat. So it's not like a billion-dollar company hasn't done it before. But like I said before, it's sad that this is actually a thing. And it's crazy how this becomes a thing day in and day out, and I constantly make content about it because it constantly happens. Like, this should have been a one time in a whole entire year that I make videos about this, and that's it. And I made a video yesterday talking about the bundle strike, and I said, I kind of asked the age-old question here, did the bundle strike actually work? Did the bundle strike fix Madden? Clearly it did not. And I know, we want to go into the concept of, oh, well, this was a, fluke event. If this was the only thing that happened this year, this would have been a fluke event. If this was the only problem that we saw this year, I would have absolutely agreed with you and said, you know what, that's just a fluke. They messed up, obviously, but it's mainly the bot system. And a lot of it comes down to, if they would have made a post on Twitter, or they would have said something like, hey, listen, guys, we messed up. We understand that people are frustrated, and you guys should be. We're going to correct this. We're going to reward those people who did get banned for, falsely getting banned. We're going to fix this issue, and we're going to send out rewards for everybody because, we messed up. It's getting to a point now where if they send out rewards for every time they messed up, every single person would have 50 million coins. It's funny because they say, I always hear all the time, like, oh, EA messed up. They should give us free cards, free packs, free bundles. Guys, if they did that every single time they messed up, you would literally have so many bundles, you wouldn't be able to not open up bundles. You'd be opening up bundles for the rest of this year. You had free bundles for the rest of this year if you got a bundle every single time EA messed up. And again, that's why it's so sad. Because that should not be a fact. It should not be, oh, every time EA messes up, and then it happens over and over and over and over again. The bundle strike was amazing, Obviously, yes, we hurt EA Sports in probably 1% of their pocket. But unless we somehow, some way, get every single person to stop, it's not going to work. So overall wise, I'm going to end off this video here with this. Just remember, any day you log into Madden, you can get banned. There doesn't have to be a reason. There doesn't have to be any type of motive. If you buy coins, you're automatically increasing your odds by like 50 times. If you sell coins, you're increasing your odds by 50 times. You have farm accounts, you're increasing your odds by 50 times. So on and so on. At the end of the day, it's a bot that is going to determine if you can log into Madden tomorrow. A bot. And there's no group or users or a team that's going to decide if that bot is wrong or not. Because at the end of the day, it takes way too much effort / time to figure out if that bot is wrong. Because if that bot, falsely accuses 6,000 people of something, that's way too much time and energy for EA Sports to go in there. Especially, I'm going to say this right now. I kind of have this feeling about EA at this point. Is that if you're a no money spent squad, I feel like you low-key get less parental treatment. Less like, you get less love, pretty much. I can't say the word correctly right now. You get less love if you are a no money spent squad. I feel like that. Because at the end of the day, they always say this. Whenever power goes out, right? Let's say there's a power outage in the whole entire, like, in your area, right? let's say, for example, you live in, pretty much in the by yourself. There's six houses in your neighborhood, right? And they focus, and then you live down the street. There's a huge neighborhood, right? There's like 30, 40 houses, bunch of people, just absolutely a lot of people. But in your neighborhood, it's like 6 houses, so it's whatever, right? Well, who do you think the power company is going to focus on? That group of people or your house in your neighborhood? We're going to focus more on that group of people, right? Because that's a lot of people who are spending money on this game, or spending money with the, with whatever company you use, with the power company. So because of that, they're going to focus more on that. Same concept applies here when it comes to Madden. If you spend money on MUT, then you're probably going to get a little bit of preferential treatment, because they're like, listen, if we get this person who got falsely banned unbanned, then yeah, we're going to go ahead and get money from them. They're a content creator. We're going to go ahead and get money and views from them. So it shouldn't work this way. Every single MUT player should be treated exactly equally, and it shouldn't matter if you're no money spent or you spend $60,000 on this game. But at the end of the day, when you have a company that doesn't care, you're kind of in the, hands of, all right, hopefully this doesn't, happen. Hopefully they're not going to do this. But at the end of the day, it sucks, but this is how Madden has worked for a very long time. Pretty much since MUT 15, we've had this same exact problem / issue. And until somehow, some way, NFL decides that their NFL license is no longer EA Sports', we're never going to see a change. Last thing I'll leave you guys off with is this. If Android wasn't a thing, let's say Android was never a thing, right? Samsung was never a thing. LG, all these other phone companies, and Apple was the only club in town. What ends up happening, and this is what obviously, what's it called? EA has done, is they pretty much became a monopoly. And if there's no other competition, because obviously there's no NFL license for anybody else but EA Sports, they can say and do whatever they want. So if Apple, for example, was the only phone company, right, and there was no other company making phones, not at all, they own the stake. They can sit there and say, listen, we don't care what you think, what you feel like, because if you want a phone, you have to buy it through us. If you don't like us, if you don't like what we do, what we create, tough freaking luck, because you have to give us your money if you want a phone. That's the same concept. By the way, shout out to my man who is just now quitting. GG, my man. Same concept with EA. EA can say, listen, you can go play pro era football on, on VR. But other than that, where else are you going to play football? 2K ain't a thing anymore. There's no other developer, right, that can literally make a football game with all 32 NFL teams. They cannot. They cannot call their teams the Baltimore Ravens. They can call their team the Baltimore Hawks, or not even. I don't think they can even use Baltimore. I think they would have to use like BMO Hawks, something like that. And they can't use the actual Ravens colors or the Ravens players' names, because the NFL owns that and EA Sports owns that license. So because of that, EA Sports can just sit there and say, listen, look at the freaking icon when you log in the game. We own it. And because of that, you have no say, no rights, no nothing. It sucks, but it's Madden. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.